This is the Sikkim Podcast, presented by your friend in the car business, Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Waco. Online at alansamuelsdcj.com. The Sikkim Podcast is a production of Baylor Athletics. Now, here are your hosts, Brooke Bednarz and the voice of the Bears, John Morris.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to this week's Sikkim Podcast, a production of Baylor Athletics. We're glad you're with us this week. John Morris, Brooke Bednarz. Here we are just on the beginning edge of March Madness, but, man, has Baylor Nation really grabbed hold of the success of Baylor men's and women's basketball.
Absolutely. I would say that the March Madness has already begun with the overtime game for the men not too long ago.
No question. Baylor men and women are Big 12 regular season champs for the first time ever in the same year. Only the third time in Big 12 history.
Yes.
Kansas did it in 1997, and Iowa State did it in 2000. Now the Baylor Bears and the Baylor Lady Bears in 2021.
Let's just say that one more time. Both programs are Big 12 champions. I could say that all day. Absolutely love it.
I love it. Well, let's visit with a member of both teams, and we'll begin on the men's side. And Jared Butler is with us. Coming off the big win over West Virginia last week or on Tuesday, and that clinches the Big 12 title. JB, congratulations to you. What a great accomplishment.
Yeah, tremendous accomplishment. I'm glad to be here. How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right?
We're doing
great. We get to talk with you about a championship.
It's kind of like any Baylor person you ask right now, how you doing? They're going to say, man, yeah, everything's great. Yeah,
I woke up like a champion today.
That's right. Boy, that's great. How I asked Coach Drew this earlier, but how many people did you hear from? Like, how widespread were your texts from after the win over West Virginia?
I'm not a guy to gloat and do all that stuff, but, yeah, a lot of people texted me.
It's not gloating.
Yeah. A lot of people texted me.
Which is nice.
Social media and stuff like that. Yeah. For sure. But, it's just the support and people, from high school, all, coaches and stuff like that reaching back out. So it was nice.
You get a good feeling, don't you, of how big this is, to Baylor folks.
Yeah. The fan base back at the airport was, tremendous, seeing that, and people just standing there 12 o'clock at night on a Tuesday, Wednesday night. That's cool. It was special.
What does it mean to you to know, just looking on social media, the outpour of former Baylor men basketball players who have been a part of building this foundation? It's the first conference title since 1950, so going all the way back to that point and just seeing how much it meant to you guys. They got to witness that when you guys were celebrating on the court, but then to see how much it means to them to know that the program is finally there and to own that conference championship. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. I know personally two guys that came through Baylor, Ricardo Gathers and Tweety Carter, and they talked about it. They wanted to win the Big 12 and they couldn't do it. And Tweety, to this day, texted me before every game, telling me to stay locked in and, just give me words of encouragement. So I know it still means a lot to him, Baylor and all that. And then the other guys that I barely know, they still come back. They talking to me, giving me words of encouragement and just trying to, leave a legacy and trying to, pour back into the team. So I know it's important. And you can tell off of Coach Drew and Coach Tang's face how the sigh of relief of just 18 years and not having it's crazy. So I'm glad we could do it.
How special is it? Obviously, it's huge and momentous for the program as a whole, regardless of the type of year. But to know that it happened with a year of so much stuff off the court as well, specifically COVID and the fact that you guys had to take a couple of breaks. One of them was how many days, John? A good chunk of days.
21
days.
Recent,
21 days off.
A long time.
Absolutely. And so to see you guys get your legs back underneath you and to pull this off in a year like this, you've got to be proud of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of mental toughness. Just the emotional roller coaster of playing a game, not playing a game, having 3 weeks off of not playing a game and just feeling like a regular student. And it's hard. Like you got to really think about it. And you got to really, focus your energy at different spurts. And, in the game of basketball, it's all mental, I feel like. So, for us to be in a battle fight like overtime and West Virginia's hitting big shot after big shot, it's like you have to mentally prepare yourself for these type of things. And I think that's why it's so special that we won, is because, you know, through it all, we still survived. Through it all, you stayed together. You know, it's special, you know. But I think that's why we deserve the regular season champs.
Walk us through that game. That was an intense, back and forth, close game. We were all watching it here. John was calling it. You know, walk us through it, what it was like for you.
Yeah, West Virginia is always kind of tough place to play. I haven't won there. I don't think we won there my freshman year or my sophomore year. And West Virginia, they just get after you. They just have a tremendous amount of energy. They rebound the ball. It's like they miss a shot, and then it's like just a boxing match in the paint for the rebound. So we knew that's what we were getting ourselves into, and we came out pretty strong. We had a pretty good first half. We were hitting some big shots, and but West Virginia stayed around. You know, we were only up like 5 at halftime. I luckily hit a halftime shot, but
a pretty sweet one.
Yeah, that was yeah. But like it was, you know, it was just one of those games where it's who's going to miss was really what it came down to. And then you know, West Virginia stayed in the game. McNeil hit some tough shots. He was going off. McBride and Taz Sherman was awesome the whole night. Every time we play him, he's always good. And then I think I think in the back of our minds, everybody knew on our team, felt like we were going to win. Even when we had the foul, we were down 2 or down 1. Even when I threw the ball out of bounds and had to take the ball out, like, you know,
we weren't going to bring that up.
Yeah, we were going to let that one slide.
I felt like in the back of our mind, we were still like, we're good. Like, you know, we got back in the huddle, and then we knew it was going to take us to win the game. And then when I fouled out, my heart dropped. I ain't going to lie. But I couldn't watch the game. And then, you know, Davion, Adam Flagler, big-time guy, big-time shot maker, Maceo Teague, and Matt Mayer, they, you know, they finished it out. But it was just a boxing match all in all.
Well, you're acting like you know, fouled out. Obviously, that's not a great thing, but you had a huge impact before that. Yeah. 25 points, just stats crazy. Yeah, so don't sell yourself short there.
Yeah. What's it like for you? And Pat and I said this the Kansas game. You struggled. The team struggled. I mean, that's obvious. You had 5 points in that game. But we said, ooh, this is good news for the next game.
Yeah.
Because we have seen you time after time. If you do have an off game, you come back with a vengeance the next game.
Yeah. No. Obviously, playing at Kansas, I love playing at Kansas, playing against Kansas. And then to win the Big 12 championship, we would have won at Kansas.
Right,
that would have been just,
right.
You know, just perfect historical moment. And, yeah, they got the best of us. Credit to them. They played tougher than us. They kind of punched us in the mouth and then punched us in the mouth and didn't let us come back. And, yeah, and I was defeated. I'm not going to lie. I was so defeated. And then going into the West Virginia game, I was just, you know, focused and make sure I was even killed throughout the whole game, and you know, make sure that I wasn't going to let anything or anybody that was you know, trying to harm the team or, you know, speak negatively or, you know, kill the confidence that we had. And I think that was the biggest thing for us. We had to continue to have the confidence in ourselves that we're still a good team in the Big 12, and yeah, that's what it took.
Talk about the resiliency of this program. You know, throughout the years, throughout this year. You know, and then specifically into the West Virginia game, just never let up. What goes into that? Why do you think that this program and this team is so resilient?
Yeah, I think first it starts off with the people we have in the program. You know, you think about guys that all came together, and it's just a melting pot of different people. All have some of the similar characteristics of hardworking, blue collar, humble, and willing to come do the monotonous stuff every day, day in and out, and still believe in themselves and want to build a legacy, want to build the right culture. So it starts with those type of people. And then when those type of people get together, I think it's really easy. You know what I mean? It's just every day, just coming in, do your work, and go 1-0. And you know, that's what resiliency is. It's just being able to do the same thing over and over again, and no matter the circumstances. And I think ultimately build up such a big habit of doing the right thing and doing things hard that, you know, when hard things come, we don't fold or we don't bend. We just go right through it. And yeah, it's the people, God, in us. You know, it's just all that mixed together in the melting pot, I think.
You mentioned you fouled out against West Virginia. How hard was that to have to sit and watch, through the last couple of minutes of that game?
Yeah, I had a similar instance in high school my senior year before the state championship game. I fouled out, and we were up one. I fouled the guy. The guy hits 2 free throws. We lose the game.
Oh,
and the same emotions when I fouled against West Virginia came through my mind. And I was like, oh, my gosh, like, I can't believe it again. And but, like, I went in the tunnel, me and Coach Charlie, he's like, you good? I was like, I can't watch it. We got to win this game. And we prayed. We, just hoping everything was going the right way. And I see Davion hit free throws. I'm like, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
I'm good, yeah. So, but, yeah, it was crazy. It's crazy.
And we really were. I mean, Charlie Melton, strength and conditioning coach. Y'all were back there praying. You couldn't be on the court, helping right there, but you were doing what you could at that time.
The only thing I know that something worked, What I mean? But that was a really cool moment, and it just goes to show how good this team is. Like, like these guys, like Davion had the ball and we were down one. He gets the layup, whatever. Adam Flagger comes in, hasn't been playing, makes 2 clutch cold-blooded free throws. It's just like that's how good we are as a team. And I'm going to say it time and time again, we're only as good as everybody together. And when we play together, we're going to be good, and nobody can beat us, I think, when we do that.
There's only one Motor Trend Truck of the Year. It's Ram from Allen Samuels. Now, kick off the new year with remarkable savings on new Rams during the Allen Samuels Start Something New sales event. This special New Year's event is underway right now, and you can save thousands on new Rams. Ram, for your family, farm, or business, at Waco's most trusted dealer, Allen Samuels. Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Your friend in the car business.
Whether on the field or cheering from home, Du Bois Furniture is proud to support the Baylor Bears. If your bear cave needs updating, Du Bois Furniture is here to help. With over 59 years of our family serving yours, let our experienced sales team help you find exactly what you want. We specialize in custom upholstery, stunning dining rooms, elegant bedrooms, gorgeous leather, and top quality mattresses. Come see us in Waco and Temple or visit us online at DuBoisFurniture.com. Du Bois Furniture, where beautiful homes happen.
Now, back to the Sikkim Podcast, presented by your friend in the car business, Allen Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat.
Going off of that, earlier in the season, we were getting used to the bench setup and everyone being a little bit more spread out. And I remember watching the game with a friend. Y'all were, I couldn't be here for something, and we were, and I remember watching the game, and somebody did something absolutely fantastic, and the eruption from the bench, I was just blown away. And I think I went back in and watched that highlight the next day, like over and over and over, and just watched a different person every time. And I remember I told someone, I said, this team's very good, but this team's going to be successful just because of how selfless this team is and how they truly are celebrating each and every person's accomplishment. Do you feel that?
Yeah. And that's what it takes to be a really good team, in college basketball. We got guys that, don't care. We got guys playing the same position, all trying to do the same thing, going with the same goals in mind and dreams ahead in life. And, we all take a step back and be like, okay, we're going to put the team first, and then whatever the team's success is, that's what we're going to get from, what happens. And it's a hard thing to do, but like once you on the other side of, celebrating everybody else and being selfless, the game is so much easier. Life is so much easier. You don't want to be that guy that's everybody celebrating, we win the game, and you don't want to be the only one that's not celebrating. It's a hard life to live that way, especially in this culture. And, like John and Jackson Moffitt, Mark Patterson, Dane Danger on the bench, like they're guys, they love doing that, so it's good.
I remember talking with you at the beginning of the season. I think it was for the intro video shoot.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at you and saying, I'm really sorry the NBA thing didn't work out, but I'm really glad that you're back. What would you say that this season, obviously it's nowhere near finished, but what would you say at this point this season has meant to you, and what have you, taken away from it for your future moving forward?
Yeah, it means a lot. to be honest with you, after last season, I didn't think I could have gotten any closer to the guys. Like, I thought I had a really good relationship. And this year, I think I've had an even better relationship than I did last year. Just getting to know the guys even more and, like, seeing, you know, what guys are trying to do in life and just, like, little weird things about each other that we didn't know about. And just spending more time with each other and, you know, with the COVID and stuff like that, being in the house all the time, like, you just spend more time together. And doing things when you're bored, you know, out of your mind. But, like, I think my relationship, that's what I'm going to get out of this season the most. And obviously when the Big 12 was really, really
nice
cool.
little cherry on top.
Yeah. But, like, the relationship I built from coming back, it was just phenomenal. And, like, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
You came back with some definite things in mind to work on in your game, things you got from the NBA guys. Mm-hmm. How do you feel like that has gone?
I think it's going well, but I think that's also a product of me being more like, you know, we have to win the Big 12, having more team-minded goals, and I think, you know, me, you know, having better shooting percentage or having better steal percentage, getting my teammates involved, I think that's a product of me being more bought in and doing things for Baylor and my teammates. So I think it's been going well, you know.
That's one thing Coach Drew always says is how bought in the entire team is, and you can see it on the court. I mean, the results speak for themselves, but you can truly see it when we watch you guys play. There's a picture of you and Coach Drew that's circulating all of social media right now. A huge hug. We can't see your face, but we can see his, and if your smile is half as big as his, that's a pretty special moment that was captured. What walk us through your mindset when you guys were celebrating and then when you get to see him?
Yeah, man, Coach Drew, I feel like Coach Drew yesterday was the happiest guy on earth. Like, I don't think nobody was as happy as Coach Drew. He said he couldn't go to bed. He probably was going to bed smiling, like just couldn't go to
sure.
bed. Man, Coach Drew, man, he's a hard worker, and when you're a hard worker and you don't get what you work for, it's hard. And you know, that's one of the goals I've had was to win the Big 12, come to Baylor, and you know, we both share that same, you know, tenacious attitude, trying to get this. Like, we want to do this. It would mean a lot for the program, and that's what that moment was. But you know, Coach Drew's been working so extremely hard to get it, and I'm just glad I got to do it for him and be a part of it, to be honest with you. And yeah, it was cool. Coach Drew, man, he deserves it for sure.
Explain to everyone listening the culture of joy with Baylor basketball.
Culture of joy. I get this question a lot.
Yeah.
Joy means Jesus, others, and yourself. And it's just a mindset, you know. It's joy. It's not ego. Your ego goes out the window. It's not me. It's not, you know, what do I need to do? What stats do I need to get? You know, it's Jesus, you know, our Lord and Savior. So you have no wants in life. You're not trying to prove something to somebody, because it's Jesus. Jesus is your light of your life, and then it's others. You're trying to serve others. You're trying to make sure you're serving the needs of what the team needs. You know what I mean? And then it's yourself last. And then the culmination of that is joy. You get joy and happiness and fulfillment in life. And then when you're doing it with a bunch of great people, you get to succeed and, you know, ultimately reach your goals. You know, at the end of the day, I think.
I'm fortunate to travel with you guys, not so much this year, but most years travel with you guys. And I love being on the road with you, the chapel services on game days.
Yeah.
Usually it's one of our coaches, one of our assistant coaches leading chapel, and that is a big, big part of your program.
Yeah, it might be like top 3 biggest parts of our program. I was really shocked about how deep and how personal they get with the chapel, and then also sharing your faith with people is hard for some people, but from the growth over the past 3 years, it's phenomenal. Like me being a Christian and having older men, you know, share their faith and share their testimony and share what they're learning with the Lord and how they're walking with the Lord. It gives me a model of life, how to live, and it just grows the team together. Like, you talk about some deep personal stuff in there, and just about life, and you know, it just puts us in a mood that we're a family at the end of the day going into the game, and it's deep. It's nice.
More than just basketball.
Yeah, much more. All right, we're going to let you go back to work because you've got more fish to fry. I mean, congratulations on the Big 12 championship, but you guys aren't done yet. You got other goals out there.
Yeah. No, we still got games to play. It's yeah. So, you know, I think it is a weight off our shoulders in a way.
Is it?
But once we get in the game, it's going to feel like we haven't won the Big 12. I guess, it's just going to go out the window. But, hey, it is what it is. We're going to hang a banner sooner or later. We're going to come back 10 years now. We're the first team to ever win the Big 12 championship. We're going to have a trophy in the hallway across from all the girls. It's all worth it. And, I'm just glad I can be a part of it for sure.
Well, congratulations. Thank you for taking the time to visit with us out of your very busy schedule and answering all of those many, many text messages that we are sure you got. But congratulations again, and we can't wait to continue watching and cheering you guys on.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank y'all.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community and your country. It's part-time service where the impact is full-time. What's your calling? Air Force Reserve. AFReserve.com.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the Big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oilfield trailers? We carry a full line of Big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
TNG can, and here's why. To say my wife and I have a lot to clean is an understatement. So we go to TNG Chemical, where the pros know what cleaning solutions to use and give us detailed instructions on exactly how to use them. We never got that kind of advice from any other stores. And the prices at TNG are great. From general household cleaners to odor control solutions for our pets. We go to TNG Chemical and Supply. That's why. TNG Chemical and Supply. That's why.
You're listening to the Sick 'em Podcast, a production of Baylor Athletics. Here again are Brooke Bednarz and John Morris.
You're tuned in to the Sick 'em Podcast. Glad you're with us this week, a production of Baylor Athletics. Be sure to download Spotify, Apple, the Baylor website, BaylorBears.com. Wherever you find your podcast, you'll find the Sick 'em Podcast. And Brooke, let's turn gears, or turn directions a little bit. Visited with Jared Butler, talking men's basketball, the Big 12 champs. How about we go to another Big 12 champ, the Baylor women, their 11th consecutive Big 12 championship, as we welcome in senior guard Moon Ursin. Welcome to you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here, and congratulations on another championship.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And we do need to point out, because I know Coach Mulkey is big on it, it's 11 consecutive, but 12 overall.
12 overall.
There are 12 overall, and we don't want her to listen to this and think that we forgot about that one.
That's
so,
a good point.
12 overall, but 11 consecutive. You have to be proud of that. I mean, the history of this program is something that is just astonishing. But for you to have been a part of it now and have played a role in 4 of those, and that's just the regular season.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It's really touching. Just being in this situation, in this part of my life. As a kid, you grow up, you say, "Oh, I'm gonna play college basketball, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that." And this is actually a dream come true to be on this platform, playing at the highest level I can possibly play at, and just to continue to carry the torch for the Baylor women's basketball team, and just be a part of everything historic that they did before me. It's a blessing in itself.
How did you first learn about Baylor and Baylor women's basketball?
I just knew it was always Baylor, UConn, Tennessee.
Ooh, I like that order. That's good.
It was always that. Always. And Notre Dame, obviously. But
right.
I grew up with these guys, 2 specific guys. One of them played Notre Dame football, and my other friend, and they used to say what schools they were going to go to, and I was saying what schools I were going to go to, and it was just all 3 of those schools was always in our top 5. So.
What was the recruiting process like? What do you remember? How did it begin?
It began actually just Coach reached out. I was trying to find as many ways as I could possibly. I mean, I didn't expect them to come to me. I didn't know how it worked at first. I knew I was good. I didn't know how good I was. And I was just patient. And then coaches started reaching out. And Kalani Brown was actually down there with me, and so I also had a little connection there. And Coach came on a home visit, and I came up here. That's actually how it started. I came up here first on an unofficial.
Gotcha.
That's how it began, and from there, I just loved it.
You guys share that Louisiana connection, something she's very proud of, and mentions it probably every time she talks about you. Does that make it feel any more like a little home away from home?
Oh, yeah, it's special. Just knowing she knows, where I come from, basically, just having that connection in itself. You don't get to say that often a lot about the coaches you play for. So she knows what it is down in the boot, and that just makes it more exciting when we can have a conversation and nobody else understands what we're talking about. So just little things like that. It's a special thing.
How special is it? Obviously, you guys are accustomed to coming away with this Big 12 title. It's something that everyone kind of expects now when they talk about Baylor Lady Bear basketball. But for the guys to have done it, and for you guys to be the first school, I believe, since Kansas in 1997. Is that correct?
Iowa State did it in 2000. So Baylor's only the third school to do that.
Third school to do that and have both of them in the same year. I mean, this Farrell Center is rocking.
It's rocking. Well, first, congrats to the men's team. They deserve it. We see how hard they work, and I'm super happy for them. But just to be able to say we both won it, I mean, I don't know, that in itself. I mean, you don't hear that a lot. Obviously, y'all just gave out the stats, but to have two great basketball teams in this program, and I don't know, just always trying to stay at the top of it, always trying to be the best, and just. That motivates us. They win it, and they continue to win. They continue to beat teams, and we want to do the same. And hopefully, vice versa. That's the way they look at us. And
I know they pull for you. You pull for them.
Absolutely.
I mean, you want as much success in Baylor athletics as you can have.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
That's great. This season for you, or Brooke said it, 11 straight Big 12 championships, 12 overall. But I don't ever want people to take that for granted.
No.
Baylor fans are spoiled. I mean, they're spoiled with with women's basketball. Yeah. They kind of expect you to, okay, let's start with the Big 12 championship, and then, let's see if you can get to the national championship.
Yeah. Actually, I don't even think I understand or realize how big that is. 11 in a row. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Coach
just think 11 years ago. I mean, there are some the freshmen on this team right now. They were what, like 11, maybe? No, I'm sorry, they were like 7, 7 or 8 years old, and that's how long this program every year.
And it's just crazy. But like you say, it's basically an expectation. It's like a given, and hey, we love it. Obviously,
sure.
We want to continue to play to the best of our ability. But at the same time, we got to stay humble. We got to understand, hey, we know that y'all have our expectations up here. We're the one that's got to play the basketball game and win all these games. But, hey, our fans are great. This program's great. Baylor University is great.
What do you think it says about Baylor, the fact that – I'm going to ask a broad question and then we'll go specifically into women, but just the success of both basketball programs. What do you think it says about Baylor as a whole and this athletic department as a whole, all the tools that you have from nutrition to training, and then how they've handled COVID this year, that you guys both have been able to reach this mark?
Well, they care about us here. Outside of being a player, as a person, they care about us first. They take care of us off the court if we need it, on the court, obviously, and they just put so much into athletics so we can be the best that we can be. And just everyone who's contributed to us being able to play, and especially this year, and just the guidelines and the rules and keeping us safe, because that's what matters. And they showed us that, and they told us that multiple times. And so just to be able to go out there and give our all for someone who's given everything to us, I appreciate them, and it's just been a blessing being here.
And then specifically the women's program, what is it about this program, whether it's, going up to the top at Coach Mulkey, the team, the culture that you guys have built? Why do you think that it is possible that we just celebrated a decade of dominance plus one?
Just having coachable kids, having good kids come through this program, having people who want to compete. I think family, having people who love the game and put in everything that they have. People who come here want to win. People who come here wants to get better. And they want to be coached and taught by Coach Mulkey. And I think she's made a player, me for example, she's made me who I am today. And there's still room that I can get better, still room to improve. But just coming here and understanding that you're going to be a better person and a better player when you leave. And I think coming in here with that mindset, you're bound to be a winner.
It's fun to watch when y'all come in as freshmen, and then now here you are. Senior night is coming up on Monday. Well, you've already recognized the seniors. We've already done that. But your final game here coming up on Monday against
West Virginia.
West Virginia, yeah, on Monday.
We have a lot of games going on right now, John.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me look through that Rolodex of games. But in what ways do you think you have matured and grown during your time at Baylor?
I think just understanding, for one. Understanding you're not going to come in here and just dominate and be the player that you was coming out of high school. Hey, some people do it. It's very rare, and shout out to those people. But just understanding, just not giving up. I think so many times people want to take the easy route out or whatever is best for them. And, I'm not the one to judge whether they stay here or leave or whatever they do in their lives. But for me specifically, I've just learned to become a patient kid and just even more humble than I was before, and just waiting, understanding that things aren't going to be given all the time. I've been blessed my whole life, and just lucky to be in a position where I have family who can give to me, and I'm at the best program in the world possibly, and just things like that. It just always goes your way, and I think I just had to face adversity, and I came out on top.
There's only one Motor Trend Truck of the Year. It's Ram from Allen Samuels. Now, kick off the new year with remarkable savings on new Rams during the Allen Samuels Start Something New sales event. This special New Year's event is underway right now, and you can save thousands on new Rams. Ram, for your family, farm, or business, and Waco's most trusted dealer, Allen Samuels. Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Your friend in the car business.
I hate my job, but I don't mind getting up in the morning. I dread each day, but I can't wait to get out of bed. You ask me why, and what I'll say to you is true. Well, you can get breakfast tacos at Rudy's Barbecue. Scrambled eggs and brisket, they ain't fooling around. Salsa drap, son, they're the best in town. Barbecue for breakfast, yes, it's true. Put a smile on your morning at Rudy's Barbecue. Next in line.
This is the Sick'em Podcast, presented by your friend in the car business, Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Waco. Online at allensamuelsdcj.com.
But you're listening to the Sick'em Podcast. We are here with Moon Ursin, a senior on the Lady Bear basketball team. She's played a key role in 4 of the 11 consecutive 12 overall Big 12 titles for the program. And today, John, this is a special podcast. We got so excited we were going to release this one early to celebrate the success of both programs. But Moon, I want to know when you won and clinched that outright, because at first we celebrated, you got a share of it, but now it's outright. What was going on in your mind when you realized that mark, that whether or not is one that, obviously the biggest goal is national championship, but that's still a huge accomplishment. So when you guys were able to celebrate and know that it is 100% y'all's, what was that like for you as a senior leader of this team?
1 down, 2 to go.
I like
that.
That's
for me, and just keeping our eyes on the prize. Just a lot of basketball left, but we celebrated that moment. We deserve to, and we're just gonna ride that horse. Just keep going.
Does this one mean more, knowing everything that you guys have gone through this year with, last year ending abruptly, having to manage, and stay in shape when y'all were all separated and back at home in the summer, and then for you guys to finally come back, but then have to deal with COVID?
Yes, definitely. Like Coach says all the time, there's no dominant team. And so for us to continue to be the program that we are, and to continue to develop the players and us play as a team and so well, and we're getting better, and that's the scary part. So, yes, it meant a lot this year after last year and just what we've been through this year and losing big-time players that was once here, and we've got to figure it out now. Me being in a position that I was in to stepping up to this leadership role and learning how to play with the girls on the court who I didn't necessarily play with so much last year and the year before in my years here. So everything's just been falling in place for us, and it's been good, exciting.
When I say October 24th, what comes to mind? Oh, nothing. Good. Maybe I've got the date wrong.
I was like, what is October 24th?
Was that the date in practice you had the collision?
Oh. Ooh.
Was that the date?
I actually don't know the date.
Good. That's a good thing. I'm sorry I brought it up.
No, it's fine.
No, that's
I probably
good.
Should know
yeah,
that date.
that's good that I don't say that date and you immediately go, get the shakes.
No.
But I think it was that date or around there.
Yeah.
Boy, scary time, wasn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And it's still in the back of my mind. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes like, hey, I can't believe we bounced back from that, and it's happy. And then other times, if you see Didi go down, it's like it just brings it all back. Mm-hmm. So it's just a balance between the two. But we're walking, we're playing, we're happy, we're winning. So October 24th, I'm glad that's in the past, and I just hope there's no other days in the future like it.
Well, and y'all did a really good job of handling that situation. I mean, that could have been devastating, but the way you handled it mentally, I think, is really great this year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And again, it goes back to our staff and the people who cares about us so much. They helped us through it all. Teammates, staff, coaches, anybody who could, fans, everybody just sending their love, and so that helped us to get through it a lot. And then we just held on to each other.
I asked Jared this in the first half of the podcast, but kind of resiliency, that's been a theme of, whether it's the basketball program, whether it's been, having to deal with COVID, just like all across the board, everyone's had to be resilient this year. But why do you think that, when you look at COVID, with the ups and downs of the season so far, with unknowing, if you're going to get to play or if it's going to happen and all that stuff, and then to add on the collision that you guys had to go through, why do you think that this team has been so resilient, and what does it mean to you to know that you and Didi are kind of the two seniors that are pushing that forward?
Yeah, I think, for one, the way the season ended last year, and man, I think we were pretty dangerous last year after that loss we took before the season ended.
Yeah.
I think, too, taking our social lives away from us. I mean, all we had was basketball.
Yeah.
And all we had was each other. We couldn't go out and have fun and do things we normally do. So we had to focus down on this one thing that we did have at our grasp, basketball. And for me and Didi to be leading the way, like you said, you just look back at it. We're freshmen like 2 days ago, it feels like.
Right.
And now just to be in this position with these great group of girls, I don't know. It doesn't really get any better than this. And, as a freshman, I didn't see it. I would never imagine it being this exciting, this fun, and going to miss it for sure. Yeah.
Going to Kansas City, Big 12 tournament up there. Gosh, the way that was taken away from you last year, I'm sure this one's going to mean
Y'all
so
didn't
much
even
more.
Make it off the.
They never left the ground in Waco. Yeah. Oh,
it's crazy.
So are we just anticipating that takeoff? I can imagine.
It is so crazy
Get in the air.
To think this time last year we were on the way or whatever, and we didn't even take off. So wow, this year went by fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep seeing things. It's like, wait, it's March. It was just March 2020.
Right.
What happened?
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited.
What are you looking forward to most about just being able to compete in that tournament and kind of have that feel to prepare you guys for the postseason?
The preparation, for sure. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing what amazing things we still can do as a basketball team, and just growing and learning. And looking forward to just playing basketball. Like you said, so many games was postponed and canceled, and last year this was taken away from us. So this year we're ready to go get it.
Part of your game is your mid-range jumper is unbelievable. I mean, you've become the maestro of the mid-range jumper.
I like that.
Whatever name you want to call it. That's a lot of work that's led to that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Lots of days in the gym, lots of hours in the gym, lots of confidence.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And is that an area, or is that part of your game that you've really focused on?
Yeah, I think my leaping ability kind of just led to that. Obviously, I've tried to shoot the three, and that's another thing. But
knowing your strengths,
yeah, my mid range isn't going to fail me.
Yeah.
My ability to elevate when I shoot, and Coach Mulkey actually instilled that in me. She's like, the way you jump, and like literally no one can stop you when you go up in the air and shoot the ball. And once I put that in my own mind and started doing it, realized it, and now here I am shooting mid-range.
That's great.
There is one thing I have thoroughly enjoyed watching, specifically this year, but in the years past, watching you play. You look across the court, John, and there are, when I played, I called them the trees. They are tall athletes that you would expect to always come away with the rebound. And yet, all of a sudden, you see little Moon Ursin jumping up there with the tall ones and claiming those rebounds. What is that mentality like for you, and where'd that come from that you're going to get down there and dirty and you're going to bring those rebounds down?
Oh, go get it. Just go get it. Well, one, it's our posts have to work so much harder than our posts in the past. They're not as big, but our posts are pretty athletic. But you're asking them to do a lot when they have to go out on offense and post up and help on defense and grab the rebound. So I'm just trying to be in the right place at the right time, and obviously being able to jump helps me.
You got some spring in your step, girl.
But it's fun. It's fun to go up there and grab a rebound. Matter of fact, me and Queen argue all the time. She's like, you taking on my board.
Take it
out of the way.
That's right.
So, stuff like that. I mean, it just makes it a little more fun. And every now and then, I'll go grab a rebound and I'll look at her, we'll giggle, and she's like, I'll get the next one.
Sharing the love. You mentioned it's scary that y'all are still that you're peaking, getting right where you want, still improving. Walk us through that. Kind of tell us, where do you think that you guys can even continue to improve as you head into this final couple of games and then into the Big 12 tournament?
Well, when one of us becomes consistent, when we can all have a game that's just, everything's kind of just at the same level as far as points and rebounding and assist steals and just on the defensive end. And then when you have players coming off the bench and doing what they do and creating different things out on the court, it's really hard to stop us. It'll be hard to stop any team like that. And when we're just all on the same page and clicking and we're just all excited and pulling for one another, that in itself, it's just a winning mentality. Just us getting better as far as just understanding our strengths a little more. I think we have to figure that out sometimes, depending on different defenses we face and stuff like that. But man, I can't wait to see us all on the on night. It's going to be a scary sight to see, and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time.
Winning mentality, I am a big fan of that, and there's a lot of that going on.
A lot of winning.
Here.
That's good.
A lot of winning. Yeah, no complaints.
Yes.
Well, we want to thank you for your time visiting here with us. We know everything's been a very busy season. Lots to celebrate and still lots more basketball to watch and cheer you guys on. So best of luck, and thank you again for taking the time to celebrate 11 consecutive, 12 overall Big 12 titles, several of which you have been a part of. So Thank you again, and congrats.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Really happy for you. Yes. Moon Ursin, senior for Baylor women's basketball. And that'll wrap up this week's Sick'em podcast. We appreciate you being with us. For Brooke Bednarz, for Moon, for Jared, I'm John Morris. Thanks for tuning in to the Sick'em podcast.
You've been listening to the Sick'em podcast, presented by your friend in the car business, Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Waco. Online at AlanSamuelsDCJ.com. The Sick'em podcast has been a production of Baylor Athletics.